Jakey Jakim once made a video called Flash Games Mattered, and in this video he talked about how flash games are so important to the fabric of gaming, and it really stuck with me for a long time, and I wanted to try the sports angle of that. Now, the sports genre of flash games is important, but I don't think it gets talked about, and I want to change that, starting with one of my favorite sports games of all time. Let's go to the year 3000. Alright, I've been to the year 3000. I hope that's how the song goes. I did not have Disney Channel until high school. It's the year 3000, and every sport in the world has been outlawed except for one. Welcome to Crunchball 3000. If you're new here, welcome in, and if you know me, welcome back. Thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. Feel free to give a like, subscribe, comment on what other video games you want to see me talk about, or what other topics you want to see me talk about. I'm always open to new ideas. Now, the rules of Crunchball 3000 are pretty simple. You have one ball. You have 10 players, just put the ball in the goal. You could run it in, you could throw it in. There are no out of bounds, there are no fouls, anything works. The coolest thing about this game is that there's so much depth and customization in such a simple game. Yeah, these are all the controls: throw ball, pass, tackle, change your formation. But with these simple controls, there are so many different strategies you can occupy. I'll explain right now. As you can see here, there are 10 different formations in Crunchball 3000. You can go with a little wide attack, maybe a diamond. Maybe you want to counter the other team's pressure with the counter attack formation. Maybe you just want a wall. There's this one called Fortress where you crowd around your own goal. Good luck trying to score. My favorite one is goal hang, where you're able to spread your players all over the field. It allows for long passes and a lot of chaotic crunch ball. And then you have a 4-3-2 and a 3-4-2. Now, you're able to change these formations on the fly during the game, but it's also very important to see what formation your opponent is running as well. For example, if you're both running the fortress formation, good luck for anybody trying to score, because there is so much open field in the middle. Now, these players can go anywhere. There's no offsides. There's no 3-second violation. It's just free ranging, free roaming. Another fun part about Crunchball is the customization. As you can see, I have my own name here. You can change the name of all the players or whatnot. And yeah, you could play fast games, you could play with your friends, but that's not the main allure of Crunchball 3000 to me. Crunchball 3000 has a really good career mode, and I think it doesn't get enough credit because it's a flash game. So in the Crunchball 3000 League, you have 4 divisions, and it's kind of like promotion and relegation in the Premier League. You start at Division 4, and you're trying to get all the way to Division 1 and win Division 1. And of course, you start in the lower end, and as you can see, the players on the other teams are not that good at the start, but that's to help you ramp up the difficulty, learn the game, and then when you're gonna be in Division 1, you're gonna need all the skills that you've learned. Those teams are not messing around. Now, after each game, your team earns some money. Now, this is going to be really important for the rest of the video. Now, with this money, you can do training, you can do upgrades, and then you could buy enhancements or try to bribe your opponent. Now, bribing your opponent in the alternatives, do at your own peril, because they might just actively take the money and not play worse. I'm not kidding. Now, there's no real wrong way for how you spend your money, but I would consider saving it for something I will talk about later. This video is brought to you by the good people at Homefield. Now, Homefield is the premier spot for college athletic apparel, and they have a ton of gear, from hats to bomber jackets to sweatpants and so much more. You see, what Homefield does is they take vintage, currently unused logos and put their own modern style to it, adding for a very unique article of clothing no matter what you buy. Homefield has made so much apparel for so many colleges, and they keep adding on merch. So if your favorite school, you see their collection, you might go back in a couple of months and see new stuff added. They're always adding new stuff. It's always refreshing. It's always new, and it's always great quality. What I also like about Homefield is that they often tell a story for each vintage mascot that they use. As I make this currently, Homefield has a Black Friday sale going on for 30% off of their entire website. That's huge. And if you're seeing this video after December 2nd and missed out on the sale, don't worry, I have my own code for you. Go to homefieldapparel.com and enter the code Kofie15 for 15% off of your first order. That's Kofie15 for 15% off your first Homefield order. Thank you again to Homefield for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to it. Now, also the customization options on your team, you're able to choose the colors, you're able to change the names of some of the players, but the number of each player is interesting because that showcases what position they will be playing in. For example, one is usually the goalkeeper. Now, depending on the formation, you have to kind of put to memory which player number is where. That'll be important too. Now the matches, the season career matches are 1.5 minutes, so they go by really quickly. So it's a lot of high-paced, fast-scoring, high-action game. But the gameplay loop is really cool. They give you a variety of teams to play against with a variety of formations, and you work your way up the ladder. Now, a cool thing that happens every so often is that you win the league. If you play all the teams in the division and you're ahead in points, you get to go to the next division. Now, the reason why the money was more important than what I originally stated is because after every division, there's a transfer system, and you're able to get better players. Now, the other options that you have is that you could take on a worse player and make money, or you could take on a better player and lose money. It's a very interesting strategy, especially because you know that you have to buy better players for the next division, but you might also not want to do a complete upgrade. For example, Quentin Sidewinder is only a $60 upgrade to my current player. However, if we go over here, around 4,000 or 5,000 is probably worth it for a 5-star player, and the difference is vast. And again, here's where the position number comes in handy, because different formations have different positions in different places. So you need to be familiar with your formation of choice and which players you would prefer to upgrade. Now here you could obviously see the skill difference compared to what your team was before last season. And yeah, that's the overall gameplay loop for this game. Another cool thing that I found interesting is that you were able to save your progress. So if you were really invested in a Division 2, Division 1 campaign, but you had to leave the library, not the library, if you had to leave the computer, you could come back and continue where you left off. And as a Flash game, knowing that there are many Flash games that I had played and I played that I wasn't able to save my progress no matter what, this stood out to me for sure. I think that the replay loop on this game for a Flash game is immaculate. As a sports game, it's also very fun. I can never get tired of playing this game because there are so many different strategies. There are so many different interchangeable parts in terms of players, in terms of position, whatnot. And I will always forever love this game. Another cool underrated aspect of this game is that it keeps statistics after every match and then keeps them in the game. And they also had a team editor where you could change other players' names in the league and change their colors. And I cannot speak more highly about this game if I wanted. So once again, thank you Armor Games for making this. I've had so much playing time on this game, and it's always cool to, even months and years after the last time I played, to come back and be like, oh yeah, just as good as I remember it. Thank you guys for watching the end of the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment on what video topic you want me to talk about next. I will probably get to that. Have a good one, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.